everyone, it's Gabby and welcome to my channel. Today I want to talk about studying in Germany as a Filipino. I'm going to go about this by starting how to go about applying, who can apply, what's the tuition fee, like is there any other fees I need to pay, accommodation fees, what about my visa, etc, etc. A lot of these could be entering your mind. I know it certainly entered mine at one point. So back in 2018, there weren't a lot of videos I could search on YouTube talking about their experience, how it was like. So I really hope that this video could help a couple of you, especially in terms of looking for a university, thinking, or actually just even the whole process in itself, you know. Hopefully this could clear your mind whether or not you want to study in Germany. So here it goes. Before applying, the first question you need to ask yourself is, what level of education do I want to enter? If it's bachelor's, you want to study in Germany, then if you are from a Filipino high school, if you have studied from a Filipino high school or grade school like I did, it could be quite difficult because right off the bat, it isn't recognized. So why isn't it recognized? Basically, it's because Germany has a different educational platform as the Philippines does. So it's different. So if you're not coming from an international high school or grade school, it is very difficult. The best bet would be to study masters in Germany like I did. And if that is what you want to do, then it should not be a problem. If you want to study your master's in Germany, the first thing you need to do is go to the DAAD website. And there you will see all the universities in Germany, or almost all, and you will see all the prerequisites you need to comply with in order to be accepted in that university. So prerequisites include, for master's degree that is, they include like 2 years or 1 year working experience. They require a bachelor's degree that is specific to the course you want to take. What else do they require? They require a fluency in English certificate, or an English certificate that could prove your fluency. Those are the basic things they ask. Now, a lot of people keep on asking me, so if I want to study in Germany, do I need to speak fluent German? The answer is no. The answer is there are courses that you can take in Germany that are 100% English. Now, if you do want to study in a school that does not offer that, then that's your choice. But like, I need to let you know, it could be more demanding. Like, they could require a certain level of German, which is normally, I think the minimum requirement if you do want to study a German language course is C1. And that is the minimum. That is for masters. I think if you want to take short courses, then a B1 or a B2 level would suffice. But for university courses, they require C1. I know any German before going to Germany? Well, I did. I knew my basic German. I took German courses back in Ateneo. So it's very helpful, you know. If you are serious about studying in Germany, then I recommend that even before going, you take a couple of classes, just so it's easier to get by. Now, for the region I was in, for Bonn, 80 or maybe 70% can speak English. And the reason why I say 70% is because there are 30% who, I don't know if they don't know how to speak English or they don't want to speak English. So it's better to, you know, take the initiative to study a little German. And this is for Bonn. Bonn is an international, Bonn, Berlin, it's a very international area. So a lot of people do speak English. And in areas like Dortmund or Bavaria, München, it's different. Like, I know less people speak English. So yeah. So I applied to 5 universities. I think I applied in regions like Berlin, Cologne, München, and out of the 5 universities, I surprisingly got accepted to 4. And in all these universities, the main language, for the courses rather, the languages that were spoken were in English. So I was very, very happy about that. Now, another question that people ask me is, does German universities have tuition? The answer is 90% of German universities are free. As a matter of fact, out of the 5 universities I have applied for, 4 were 100% free. It just so happens that the one I wanted charged a certain tuition fee. Back in 2018, it was, I think, 5,000 euros. And that was inclusive of my field trips to other countries. So that course, I took the European Studies in Governance and Regulation. That course had field trips to Brussels, Luxembourg, and Berlin. And the tuition, it included the hotel fees, the transfer fees. So it was, for me, it was it was such a good bargain. Inclusive also with the tuition fee was the books, and anything I needed to have printed. So that was included. Also, the professors we had were, a lot of them were flown in from countries like America. We had a professor from Harvard and Oxford. So yeah, I feel like it was a really good bargain. Like, I mean, I get my master's degree and I get like to travel to all these countries and I get international professors. So I guess that was why this course charged a certain tuition. I really loved it. So this is where I took my master's in Bonn. Okay, so who can apply? Basically, anyone can apply as long as you fulfill the prerequisites that are needed per course. Now, I don't know if this is for everyone, but for the University of Bonn, let's say you're a Filipino student like me. Now, I have a dual passport, so I did not need this, but I have like really good friends who are from different countries like Jordan, Albania, and they did not have dual citizenship. So my university, the University of Bonn, actually assisted the students in getting their student visa. And it was actually, according to my friends, it was actually really, really a breeze. They did not have difficulties in attaining their visa. So it shouldn't, like, visas should not be a problem. Now, I do know that you do have to open a bank in order to get that student visa. I think you need to prove you have a certain amount of money while you're staying in Germany. I think that is, back in 2018, it was 6,000 or 7,000 euros. So that's that. That's just standard for every international student who wants to study in Germany. But basically anyone can apply as long as you fulfill the prerequisites depending on the university and the course you want to apply to. Okay, now accommodation fees. Depending on what region you're in, the price varies. So the price varies depending on the region you're in. Now, like, I was based in the Northern Westphalia region, which is a region of Cologne. But Bonn is not in the center. It's kind of like a little bit, it's a 20-minute train ride away. So the cost of living isn't as expensive. Like, if you want to stay in a dormitory, that would cost around 400 euros per month. And that is a single dormitory that is not shared with anyone. Now, if you want your own apartment, you could get, I'm only like, I can only speak for areas like Bonn. That could cost you, for one bedroom, a minimum of €500 per month. And of course, the price goes higher and higher, but generally in that area, that would be the cost of apartments per month. Now, one of the greatest benefits about studying in Germany is you do not need to worry about transportation. Transportation cost is 100% free when you are a bachelor student and below. Now, when you're a master's student, like I was, depending on the type of master's student, the price of transportation would vary. Like let's say in my case, I was considered a working student. It's because when I applied for my master's, they asked me to have working experience, and because of that, I was technically a working student. And because of this, I was charged 60 euros per month for public transportation within my region, or a little bit further than my region. For me, this was a really good bargain because taxi prices were over the roof for me. I mean, diba, if I compare this to how much transpo is in the Philippines, like it's very expensive in Germany. So 60 euros per month was not bad. And included in that price, I could also bring a friend anywhere I wanted with my card after 7 p.m. on weekdays. And on weekends, I could bring a +1 throughout the whole day. So I really think that was, a great steal or bargain. So yeah, that's it for transportation. But also, fun tip, it's really great to invest in a bike. So like me, 98% of the time, that was my mode of transportation. So from my house, I'd bike to school, I'd bike to the city center where all the happenings were. So I really, like, if you are serious about studying in Germany, I would highly recommend a bike. Hey guys, so that was all for this video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you want to see more videos like that, please don't forget to subscribe and watch my previous videos as well. So thank you. Bye bye. Auf Wiedersehen. Haben Sie schönen Tag noch.